Okay, this is our assessment one. As mentioned to you briefly, we have 3 assessments in total. Now remember, there are a couple of assessments that contain 2 parts, so we need to address all parts. Okay, so the purpose today is to look at all assessments, kind of overview of all assessments with a strong focus on a discussion of assessment one. Okay, now this is assessment one. Assessment one, I think it is still light, if you like. So it is actually a great opportunity for us to get high mark, because if you look at that, it is still at the early stage of our learning. Okay, now that's please look at the length of in terms of the assessments, number of words, 500 words, and response to postings, which is 100 words. Okay, so the purpose is basically to reflect on the evolution of the marketing concepts. Okay, when is it due? Well, it is due on Monday, week 3. And your second part, which is basically response or feedback to your peers' submission, is due on Sunday, week 3, so the same week. So next couple of weeks, we have 2 things that we need to do on Monday and Sunday. By the way, we always start the week with Monday and end the week on Sunday. So Monday, Sunday, Monday, Sunday. Okay? All right. Now, well, it's not bad in terms of weighting, 15% of our total mark. So not bad. I would encourage everybody to attempt all assessment tasks. Okay. All right. Now, what do we need to do? Well, a few things. First, please select a product, service, or organization or institution that you're interested in your analysis. Okay. It could be any organization, could be any product, any business that you like to analyze. Okay, and my preference is if you can select the organization that competes in Australian market, that is fantastic. But if you're based in overseas and you would select, a different product in your market, please do let me know. You can send me an email. Eddie, I'm not based in Australia. I'm based in, let's say, in US or in UK or in Hong Kong, and I'd like to analyze the organization based in my own market. Okay, that's fantastic. Okay, but please, I'm sending an email. I would appreciate that. Okay, so because I do not, we do not expect surprising thing, and please also explain briefly about your organization. Okay, let's say if you analyze ABC organization. ABC organization is an organization that competes in this market, yada yada, and their product services are whatever. Okay, that is a kind of a nice starting point when we write assessments. Introduce the case, introduce the organization. So the purpose is basically to establish the context in our analysis. Yeah, and that also helps us to clearly understand what the reader can expect from us. Okay. All right. Now let's look at the questions. Okay. Let's look at the questions. Well, the questions pretty straightforward, I guess. If we analyze the questions, look at the first questions. This is the instruction word. Pretty straightforward. The instruction word wants us to define. Therefore, we need to offer a definition. Okay, a definition of the concept and process within marketing. Okay, so what do we need to do? Well, we need to show definition of marketing. Simple. Okay, now my recommendation is you can refer to your e-text that you can access from the portal. Okay, if you look at the portal, you can get the learning resources, and you'll be able to find the link that leads you to the e-text. Okay, you can use that. The other thing that you can also look at is the American Marketing Association definition of marketing. Okay, which is quite strong as well. I've seen a number of definitions of marketing offered by different organizations such as CIM or American Marketing Association. The one published by the American Marketing Association is considered as quite comprehensive. Okay, so easy. You can use your Google search box and type that definition. You'll get that definition. Okay, and outline a brief comments about that definition, bit of your insights about that definitions. Okay, that shows what generally is accepted as the focus of all marketing activities. Okay, so they're the ones that you need to include. Yeah. Now, the next one is, why is marketing important for you to your product, service, or company? That is basically that is actually your analysis linking your product to marketing. Now, if you get the keywords of marketing correct, okay, then you'll get the you'll be able to explain it. You'll be able to attack the second part, the second part of the question easily. Okay, because that is linked back to the definition of marketing. Okay, and the third one is actually discuss briefly how these insights have changed your original perception of what marketing was before starting the subject. Okay, so after you look at the definition, right, before you coming to the subject, before you learn marketing, okay, you may have some sort of understanding about what marketing is all about. All right. And so the question is, how has that changed, right? How has that changed, right? So that's basically the three questions. Now, how do we write it? I would suggest that you, although it is in posting a discussion forum, but you treat it as kind of formal writing style. Okay, I would suggest that, because you'll find in the rubric that it is also part of the mark. How you communicate it clearly, it is also part of your mark. Okay, so you may want to start with introduction in your on your assessment. Okay, you introduce the organization. That's it, and then you move on to and you create the second headings. For instance, marketing definition, marketing concept. For instance, as your second heading, and you analyze the definition and you analyze why is it important for your product. And lastly, you can select the other. You can have another heading to discuss how your concept of marketing has changed before you study marketing. Okay, so that's basically assessment one. Okay, right. So so far, any questions, guys? Any questions about the assessment one?
No, it's pretty simple.
Pretty straightforward? Okay, brilliant. Now, if it is straightforward, let's just move on and have a look at the rubric as well. Okay, the rubric will tell you about how you will be marked based on your knowledge and understanding of the concept, correct citation. Okay. I got a question some time ago about referencing. Do we have to reference this one? Yes, you do. Again, as mentioned to you before, please, although we submit it through the posting, okay, through our forum, discussion forum, please take it as kind of formal writing, okay? So make sure that we use the references, in-text references, and also reference list. And the university adopts APA referencing style. You can download it from the website. Okay, please look at that. And evaluation of the information selected support the chosen organization, guys. Okay, and the last one is the academic discipline, and whether you have the sources that learning resources that you use, and whether they're credible or not, or whether they're just any random website that you select. Okay, but American Marketing Association is one of the website that you may want to include in your analysis. Okay, now this one here is more into your second part, which is basically a constructive feedback to peers. Okay, my comment to your feedback, when you write your feedback, a few things that you want to look at when you give feedback. First, be specific. Okay, make sure you have a specific feedback on anything that you explain, either positive feedback and also constructive feedback. Please be specific, and please make sure you include both things, both positive and constructive feedback. And please also relate that to the theory that you learn. Remember, the theory that you need to use in this instance is a marketing concept. So explain that to link your feedback to the theory. Okay, link your feedback to the theory. Okay, so that's basically assessment 1. Any comments, questions, guys, for your assessment 1?
Nope.
No, all good. All right, brilliant.
Yep. We just choose anybody we want to feedback to, or could we do more than one?
That's actually a good comment. Yeah, you can select yours. You can select anybody, okay, who has posted that, who has uploaded their assessment, and you and then you give feedback to this posting. Okay. Pardon me.
So only one.
Yep.
Okay.
I think the assessment requires us just to give feedback to one.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, response to peer posting.
Because it says peers. Peers is plural.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah. Hang on a second.
Oh, sorry. Yes. Okay.
Right, I apologize. I was a bit ticklish, and you can upload your feedback of a peer student's original post. Okay.
Yep.
Right. Well, because you only have 100 words anyway, so it may be challenging to write more than one. Yeah. Have I answered your question, Bev?
Yes, you have.
Okay, brilliant. Okay. Now let's look at the second one, which is the second assessment, which is basically another one. Now this one here is group. Okay, so you'll be working a group. Okay, guys, can you see my screen again? The assessment brief 2. Hello.
It's still on the. I think.
Is it still on the first assessment?
Yes.
Oh, okay. How about now? How about now? Have you?
It looks like the video is sort of frozen a bit.
Frozen, yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry. All right. Now, is that okay now? What display that you have seen on your monitor?
It's just frozen.
Is it frozen?
Yeah.
It looks like you were changing the page, but it sort of just stopped half changed.
Okay, let me just stop that. Hang on a second. Let me share again the screen. All right. How about that?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, sorry about that. I was not expecting that actually, but anyway. All right. So this is the second assessment. The second assessment is actually about group projects. Okay, and it is due in week 9. Okay, module 5, week 9. Okay, so you'll be working a group of 4 to 6 people. I think we can work up to 6 people, and I'm going to use the computer to assign you to groups, okay, and it will be on random basis, okay. Well, it is 35% of your total mark, so it's huge, okay. So make sure that we do this properly, okay. Now look at this one here, okay. The purpose is actually to write a marketing environmental scan report, okay. So that is the purpose. Now, my recommendation is basically to look at the environmental scanning report properly, because whatever you do in the future, you may need to write a business plan or marketing plan, or any plan that you write, it will always start with the environmental scan report, okay? All right, guys, can I suggest that I just got the warning from the system, can I suggest that we exit from the webinar, and then we click the same link to come back to the webinar, so I can record. I can continue the recording. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Just click the same link that I gave you. Yeah. Thanks a lot.
Okay. Okay.